welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Danganronpa. If you guys missed last episode, it's fairly obvious who the killer is. I'll give you a second if you missed the last episode to click off now, because I'm about to say who the killer is. It's Byakuya. Oh shit, I didn't give you enough time. The killer is very obviously Byakuya. Like, come on. Toko is literally bearing it all in front of us, if all that she has to bear is her fucking scissors. And her lack of food knowledge, because Chef Boyardee is delicious. I just had ravioli, for Christ's sake! One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. I just bit my fucking tongue. Select someone! Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. It's too obvious. Are you sweating?
Here's my answer.
Here's my answer. It's fucking Byax!
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
That's what I'm saying.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard
Exactly!
was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
What?
Then I must
wiggle
ask.
out of it then.
When would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But it wasn't the girls'
Nothing
locker
strange
room!
about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Well, it's the fact that you're a big poopy head, Byakuya! There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates, unfortunately. Would you like to hear more? Oh god, they're getting a little much. Yeah, let's hear it. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. Okay. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your own keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. So it doesn't matter what the fuck truth bullets you're about to load up for me. I've got to use something he says against him. Doesn't matter.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body. But he
Right.
was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it. That's a natural reaction for any guy.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, for some reason I was waiting for one of those to light up yellow. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realized there's a clear contradiction there. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear. Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting...
He said Byakuya!
If you're presented
Okay,
with the
just
opportunity
hold
to
on,
check
hold on.
out the girls' locker
That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So
Right.
of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Okay, okay, I understand. Sorry. I just wanted that to run through once, and then twice, actually. We did it twice.
With the opportunity that
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls'
Wait,
locker
I
room first.
forgot
There
to
was no time
switch
for
my,
pointless
how do I switch my truth bullets? How do I switch my truth bullets? How the fuck? I don't remember how to switch my truth bullets. Can I, how do I do that?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found his body. But he was acting weird... how?
if you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
That's a natural reaction for...
The victim was Chihiro.
No, it's wrong.
I am a little confused. I don't know why this worked.
I'll tell you what's so strange about that.
Go on.
Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was.
Oh, duh. Sorry. Sorry. I've been dicking around, and the only thing that I could actually absorb was before we found the body. Okay, I understand. Sorry. I was really hung up on this because I honestly thought that I had to absorb something else. I forget what the statement was that I thought I had to absorb, and I thought that it literally just was not working. I'm on the same page now. Sorry.
So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Okay, but what do you gotta say about it?
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Uh-huh.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? He's kind of a dick. It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with
What's
him.
the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is, I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Oh, yeah. We're going to the cord next. The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden there? What could it be? It's the cord! It's the fucking cord. Make your argument! Library desk lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with some kind of rope. Was it not?
No.
That's right! It absolutely was!
It absolutely was
there
not.
must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Yeah, the fact that it's not a rope might be
Where'd you
fishy.
get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
You have. You have! You piece of shit!
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you
Whoops.
see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
Go on.
Extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder.
Son of a bitch!
And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think?
Uh-huh.
Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
Yeah, yes. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Are we going to suggest that Byakuya also has some kind of multiple personality disorder?
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. Scene of the crime. We've not brought up the room yet.
Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Sorry?
She was found dead in the girls' locker room.
Wrong.
There is absolutely no question about that.
There absolutely is a
How
question.
could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all that.
Okay. Okay.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. It was the posters. Where are the posters? The posters! The posters! Present!
I got it!
I got it! It was the boob
She
lady!
was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
Yes.
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange?
And I mean big boobed.
Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I'm saying she had honka-trunk badonkadunks on that chest of hers, guys. I mean, seriously. She probably had back pain, guys. Anybody wondering why she's crawling on a beach in the first place? It's because she can't even stand upright because the honka-trunk badonkadunks were weighing her down in the front end. You know what I'm saying, guys? Anyway.
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
The shit
You're
stain.
referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Oh, it was coffee, that's right.
Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet.
You klutz!
But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. It was moved. It was moved! I got it! Here's the stain!
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Also, did you take a picture on your iPad or something and present? How are we seeing this?
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible. What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime,
they had to reupholster the
bloodstained
room.
Poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Yes! Because the empty handbooks were left at the front entrance, broke an e-handbook, put it in my gun, and shoot the words.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it.
You dumbass.
The thing that was in the main hall.
Uh-huh.
Huh? What then?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay, so I have to shoot Leon's handbook. Theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there's no doubt that it was... In which case, can we really say that she used it?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really...
Oh, I've gotta get back to the broken e-handbook.
I'm talking about Leon's handbook.
Leon's handbook! Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense! Break!
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I'm struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Pal.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? Is it not? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
Thank God, Kyoko, say something!
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
Uh-huh.
What the... You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Let her speak!
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Is that allowed?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, I don't know that that's allowed.
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting.
Oh.
I'm sure that thought must please you.
Oh, yes?
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Okay.
For real?
No, Morgana, that's Ryuji
What is
that
it you
says
want
that.
to show us? It better not be boring, or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
I guess. So, before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... Whoa! The locker room?!
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Okay.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Thank you, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys
Please,
do it.
just Sakura, please do it.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
But Kyoko, here's the thing, girl. You could just particularly say what we're looking for. That's
Her
a thing you can
entire
actually
body?
do.
I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Oh.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
She's dead! Yeah, okay. Okay. Understood.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
You're welcome. That's about what I expected.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
I mean, like, of course you know that.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Sorry for your loss.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
Okay.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Oh no.
Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
For some reason, and I know that you shouldn't just take somebody at their word, but for some reason I've up to this point been taking Mondo at his word. If Mondo somehow knew that Chihiro was a guy this whole time, then he wouldn't really be breaking his vow, would he? Of not putting his hands on a girl. All right. Now everybody's a suspect again.
That Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room.
Right.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
Okay.
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Huh.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Yeah, it kind of has, hasn't it?
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
That's what I was saying initially. That's what I'm saying. I'm so confused.
That's how I see it.
But is it like reverse psychology?
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Of course you will.
Mark it as correct?
Thanks.
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Wait, why would he do that? Why would he do that? Because then his idea would be that we would still all think it was Toko, possibly, I guess. But then we would all possibly accuse Toko, and then we'd all be dead, including Byakuya. I don't get it.
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
More important, sure, but we've got time, pal. Why'd you do it? Just give us a few sentences.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means the killer is a guy.
I got it!
Got it! Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boy's handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Okay, sure. Celeste's account.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over.
What the fuck?
You want to know who saw the victim?
Yes! I know who.
The killer. And only the killer.
Okay, I guess that works. What I meant! That's again, Bryson, we're looking for a contradiction.
Someone else
Only
did
ever.
see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Only ever a contradiction. God damn it. I gotta remember this. Okay, that is where we're ending this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this episode, please give it a like. If you want to subscribe for the remainder of Let's Play, please do so. And also consider supporting me over on Patreon. Links for everything I just mentioned in the description down below. As always, thanks again for watching. Come back next time for another episode of Danganronpa. Where's your head at, Bryson? I don't fucking know. I'm a little concerned it might be Mondo. That's literally it. Because up to this point, there's been kind of this weird little flag in my head if you could take him at his word that he won't ever put his hands on a girl. So when I seen that Chihiro was the victim, and I thought at the time Chihiro was a girl, that automatically made Mondo not a suspect. But now that we know the victim was in fact a boy, I don't know. It's a little... And the dumbbell, dude, the dumbbell. It's not an easy thing to just swing the fuck around, dude. Mondo's kind of ripped. I don't know. I don't want it to be Mondo, though. Fuck. All right. I guess we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. Come back next time for another episode of Danganronpa.